right, everyone. This is another beautiful Thursday. Actually, the weather outside is amazing. And thank you for taking your time to come and attend this webinar, a special webinar with Zarak Fatah. So very quickly, I'm going to go and if I can get hold of my presentation, just give me 1 second. I think my PowerPoint, here you go. So as you all know, there are previous webinars and there are resources that I always and continuously putting on my YouTube channel. These are to help agents with any challenges they have. Sometimes it's technology, AI is there, many things that would help you. Now, remember on Monday morning at 9 o'clock every single week, we have role play, half an hour. Everybody will join and go through the role play, which is very important for real estate agents to master their script. Next week, next week we have our webinar, same time. This time is about lead generation action plan. So there are things that we think we're on the right direction. So I'm going to dissect that and give you some ideas of the area that you're going wrong and the things we have to do better, kind of tweak it. So that's going to be for next week. Just wanted to share this one quickly with you. As you all heard, this story of two people competing with each other, one older, one younger, and the younger was using his muscles to chop down the tree, and the older stopping every 5 minutes, sharpen his axe, and of course, you all know that the older guy won. So this goes back to real estate agent. It doesn't matter how much you know about the door knocking, prospecting. You have to sit down, slow down, take a break, reflect, work out on your business. After all, real estate is nothing but a business. That's important to have that mindset. For instance, I'm taking every Friday off just to step back, take a look at what I'm doing, adjust it, correct it, get into some training and work on myself. We all need that. So this is the story of stop chopping, sharpen your axe. So without further ado, we have our special guest here, Zarak Fatah. I had an opportunity and privilege to attend one of his meetings regarding coaching for our mindset. I know almost 85%, if I'm not wrong, in what's happened to our real estate business is coming from our mindset. And this is the important part of it. So if you go out into the field without a victorious mindset, you're going to be defeated. There is no question. Out there, the market as a real estate agent, business owner is tough. So are you all ready for that? So Zarak, are you here?
I'm here. I'm good to go.
Okay. So do you want to share your screen with me?
Sure. Yep.
All right. Let me see.
Good.
Can you take over?
All good. Yep. Okay, great. Thank you, Ashton. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Nice to connect with all of you. And, Ashton, you kicked this off perfectly with a segue of talking about mindset and talking about, what we can do to just take a step back, to reflect, to check in to see where are we at, and how are we performing in aspects of life. I'm just going to ask everybody to mute themselves. Ashton, can you mute any participants just for the background noise?
Yeah, I'm trying to do that.
Perfect. Thank you. So, as Ashton mentioned, it is all about mindset, and that's what we're going to dive into here in this conversation. We're going to talk a bit about what does a successful winning mindset sound, look, and feel like, and what can you do to start your days with a winning mindset. So we're going to first start off with just reflecting on 2023. Now, I'm not a realtor, but I work with dozens of realtors, and I know for a fact that 2023 was a challenging year in the real estate market for a number of reasons, especially coming off of a really hot, successful 2022, a lot of realtors thought that what they were doing in 2022 was going to work in 2023. And as you all know, that's not the way it is. Every year is going to be different. In 2024, new year, we're in February. How do you want to make this year different? Because what you did or didn't do last year is not going to work for this year. So to create a more abundant, more successful 2024, there's going to need to be a shift in your mindset and ultimately a shift in your energy and just your day-to-day practices. So we're going to talk a bit about what that would look like to create 2024 to really, and when I say create it, I mean, not let 2024 happen to you like 2023 did. How do you want to truly own and take control over how 2024 is going to be for you? Because you truly have it within your power. You have it within your ability to make 2024 an amazing year. And in this conversation, I'm going to share with you exactly how you can do that. I'm sure many of you want to make 2024 a better year than 2023. So I invite you to pay attention, take what I have to say to heart. And at the end of this webinar, I'm going to be presenting you with a free offer to help you create 2024 to be more successful. Okay, so I'll be sharing the link, which is going to have a free exercise for you all at the end of this webinar. So you want to make sure you stick around for that. Okay. So before I kick this off, you might be wondering, okay, well, who is this guy and why am I even listening to him? Just to give you an idea, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm from Toronto. I created my first company at 18. Since then, I have owned and operated over 14 different businesses, which include award-winning restaurants, nightclubs, bars, music festivals, spa, and other lifestyle concepts. I host retreats in Costa Rica. I'm a life coach. I work specifically with entrepreneurs and realtors. I've been known to help clients double their income within 6 months. So what I have to share is highly valuable, and it's not just pie in the sky talk in theory. I have created multiple businesses. I've experienced a lot of success in my former career, and I want to share with you some of the things that I've learned that have helped me to become successful in all of my endeavors. Okay. At one point, I had over 300 staff. We were doing over 14 million a year in sales. These are some of this is just a quick shot from one of our holiday Christmas parties. For those of you who are from Toronto, you may know a few of my businesses. I used to own a restaurant called Blowfish for 15 years. It was a Japanese fusion restaurant at the corner of King and Bathurst. This was a nightclub I owned called Maison Mercer that could fit over 1,000 people. Everly, which is a little lounge on King Street that's still open under the name Century. And then I also created a place called Hammam and a few others. Now, I was living the high life, traveling the world, hanging out with celebrities, doing, living that jet set lifestyle, thinking that, I had made it. But then there came a day, and it was August 17th, 2014, when I had this epiphany that, okay, there's got to be more to life than just hustling and grinding and making lots of money and traveling the world. Even though I was living a lavish lifestyle, there was something missing. I was still feeling unfulfilled. So this is a photo of me on my 40th birthday. And even though I was surrounded by lots of friends and having a wonderful day, I just knew something was missing. I knew that there was something more for me to do in my life other than selling expensive vodka and sushi. And that's really kicked off my journey of personal development. So about 9 years ago, I got deep into the world of personal development. I started to learn about mindset and limiting beliefs and learning about shadow work and really learning about the concept of energy, vibration, and frequency, because ultimately that is really the key to creating and manifesting abundance in your life. So I want to share with you a bit about my process and what I've learned over the last 9 years, hoping that it could be in benefit to you with your career, with your personal life, your professional life, your romantic life, your physical health and well-being, and overall. Okay, so and this is an example of one of my clubs on a Saturday night. I like to say I went from nightlife to light life. I'm also a breathwork facilitator. So this is me leading breathwork down at Ontario Place, or whatever it's called now. It's not Ontario Place anymore, for about 300 people at an event called Unbounded. So I've gone through a pretty massive transformation in my life. I moved to Costa Rica to start hosting retreats in 2018 when I got out of the nightclub industry. This is one of the groups that I hosted down in Costa Rica last year. So I've made a pretty big dramatic shift in my life, going from clubs and restaurants and alcohol and DJing ways to hosting retreats with breath work and yoga and meditation and personal development in Costa Rica. So I just want to share a little bit about myself, just so you can see kind of the transformation I went through from being the city guy to jungle guy to fitness competitor. I really have transformed my life in many ways, and I love to help other people do the same. So that's a bit about me. Thank you for listening. And as I also want to share, so I'm an ICF certified coach, graduate of Coactive Institute, Landmark graduate, authentic relating communication specialist, and elemental rhythm breathwork facilitator, just so you know a little bit about who I am and what I do. Now, I wanted to share this quote with you because really there is so much power in this when you understand it. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And why this quote is important is because your energy precedes you. That means before you show up for that showing, before you get on the call with that client, before you even walk in the room, your energy precedes you. And again, we are energetic beings, okay? We are constantly radiating a vibration, a frequency in our energetic field that others can pick up and perceive on a subconscious level. And why this is important to understand is because if you're not taking care of your mindset, if you are not doing the things that allow you to reset your stress, let go of the fear, release any guilt or shame, those low vibrational frequencies from the emotions that you're feeling are going to be felt in your body and in your energetic field. When you're feeling unmotivated, uninspired, when you're feeling blocked, it is because there are things that you are neglecting, that you are not taking care of in your life that are unresolved. And this work is really, really important because most realtors are living from a place of hustle and grind. They're operating from scarcity. They're always racing against the clock. And that has them living in a state of fight or flight. When you are in fight or flight, you are not in the you are not in the frequency of abundance. You are not attracting what you desire. You are hustling, you're grinding, you're chasing, trying to find new clients, trying to get new leads. And when you speak to your clients, there is that frequency of fear, of desperation, especially after a year like last year. And this is why, as we discussed earlier, it is so important to take a step back, to take care of yourself. Reflect on, where are you not showing up in your life? Where are you performing well? What could you do more of to honor what's really most important to you? Because as I said, we are energetic beings and we are 99.99999% empty space. What I mean by this is all we are is vibrating atoms and particles that all have their own frequency. We have the ability to alter our frequency when we are living up to our values. We're honoring what's important to us. This is how we're able to raise our frequency. This is how we are able to be the frequency of abundance. Now, what I mean by that, I'm sure you've all heard of the law of attraction, The Secret. I know you've heard about the term manifestation. Well, I want to break this down a little more so and share something with you. Now, this is called the map of consciousness, and it was created by Dr. David Hawkins. Now, in the 1980s, a machine was invented that could measure the frequency of anything. When I say anything, I mean it could measure the frequency of emotions, of money, of illness, of anything that has an energetic field could be measured. So anything that essentially is made of matter or non-matter, that even so with emotional states in the physical body, could be measured. And why this is important to understand is, as I said, like attracts like. So if you are in a lower vibrational frequency because you're feeling guilt or shame or anger, you are in that lower zone, you're out of the zone, you're stuck in negative emotions, and you may be experiencing inertia, feeling frozen, not knowing how to move forward, or you may just be in hyperactivity, being so busy, just trying to keep yourself going, that you're burning yourself out. And I'm sure some of you on this call could definitely relate to the constant fear of hustling and grinding and chasing to a point where it's like you wake up and your head is spinning. And when you're in these lower vibrational frequencies between 20 to 175 megahertz, you are in the vibrational match, correlating match for sickness and disease. So cancer, tumors, COVID, all these different diseases and illnesses have their own frequency as well. Like attracts like. If you are in low vibrational states, you are more likely to become sick or ill, right? I believe that all diseases start in the mind, like cancer and other illnesses. When we are stuck in fear, guilt, shame, we have that low vibrational energy stuck in our body. So this is why it's so important to understand, where do you feel guilt, shame, fear in your life, right? That is where the work is to be done. Now, when you move up to courage, trust, optimism, forgiveness, or a state of understanding, which is also could be said as non-attachment, you're now in those vibrations where you're happy and productive. You're experiencing peak performance without stress. You're a vibrational match for good health. Because again, everything has its own correlating frequency. And the Map of Consciousness is an amazing book. Highly suggest, if you want to learn more about it, you can order it off of Amazon. It explains this in far greater detail. And he has another book called Letting Go, The Path of Surrender. And this essentially tells you how to let go and work through whatever incidences, experiences, traumatic things you've been through that would allow you to transmute these low vibration emotions into love, gratitude, joy, and peace. Because when you are in these higher vibrational frequencies from 500 to 600, you are now experiencing synchronicities and extraordinary outcomes. And what that means is what you desire, what you're calling in, whether it be a partner, whether it be another client deal, whether it be more financial abundance, greater health, whatever it is that you're calling in of a high vibration, you are now aligned with that. It now shows up. You don't have to go out and hunt and chase and grind to get it. It starts showing up for you. Now, some people might say, oh, that sounds too easy. All I got to do is feel love, joy, and gratitude, and things are going to show up. Sounds wonderful. But what would you have to do each and every day to live from a place of love, joy, and gratitude? Because that's where the work is to be done. Anywhere in life that has you feeling guilt, shame, or fear, that's where the deep work is needed for you to go in and understand, why do I feel guilty about this situation? What did I do and what can I correct? How can I make up for what it is that has me feeling guilty? And a lot of people will live with guilt and shame all their life, or whether it be fear or anger. They'll hold that emotion inside them because they don't have the courage to communicate that. So if you don't communicate, if you don't express, the energies of those emotions are stuck in your body. Emotions are energy in motion. And when we feel joy, we feel upbeat, we feel excited, we have energy to do anything. When we feel guilt, shame, how do we feel? We feel stuck, we feel contracted. It's hard to do things. Our emotions have an energetic impact on our body. So I want you to understand there's a direct correlation between your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions, your energy, and your ability to perform and produce in life. And this is why, as realtors, if you're eating like shit, if you're drinking, if you're late for your showings, if you know you're not doing the best job that you can, you're dropping the ball, there's a good chance you're feeling some guilt, shame, and maybe even some fear that you're not going to make enough money. If you're in those low vibrational states, how do you expect to manifest abundance? It's like wanting one thing, saying to the universe, God, please give me more money, give me more clients, give me better health. But then you're doing the things on the side to sabotage it. Now, manifestation isn't just you write about and say affirmations and you meditate and you say you want, abundance and a beautiful partner and more clients or whatever, and it shows up. You got to take aligned action every day. Okay. And that's where the work is to be done. So, as I said, like attracts like. It's as simple as that. If you are in a low vibrational state, you are going to attract low vibrational things. And so the question is, can you do what's necessary to get into that high vibrational state? Okay, because as I said, your energy precedes you and your energy speaks louder than your words. And I'm sure you've had times where you've listened to a presentation, you have someone come in, you know, they're maybe it's in a, you know, one of the new pre-con showrooms, or it's somebody who's got, you know, some new product to sell, and they have they're saying all the right things. They've got the fancy presentation, they're dressed well, but something in their energy, something just didn't resonate for you. Even though everything they said sounded good, something just didn't land for you. And I want you to imagine that you may be doing the same thing. You may be showing up to the showings with all the, you know, all the details, and wearing a nice suit or dress, pulling up in your Mercedes, and you're saying all the right things, but something doesn't resonate. Now, your clients, they're paying you millions of dollars for that home, for that condo, for whatever property they're buying from you. They have to trust you implicitly. They have to believe that they can feel safe with you. They have to believe that you have their best interest in mind. But if you doubt yourself, if you don't trust yourself, if you know that you're not showing up for yourself in your home life, for yourself with your health, for your relationships, for your finances, there's a frequency of guilt, shame, and fear in your energetic body. And your client feels that on a subconscious level. Okay. So my question is, do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself? Do you believe that you are a person of integrity? Do you believe that you honor your word? Okay. And integrity is a word most people know, but not something that people understand and embody on a day-to-day basis. And what I want to share with you is how you can clean up all aspects of your life so you can operate with more integrity. What I tell my clients, and often in the beginning, they don't believe me. I tell them, I can help you double your income by working less, by shifting to a place of flow and attraction rather than hustle and grind. And it doesn't mean you still need to work, but what you need to work on is you need to work on yourself. So I'm not a business coach. I'm not a real estate coach. You know, I'm more than a life coach. I help you to create the balance, to bring wholeness to your entire life so that you're showing up as the most empowered, the most integral version of yourself. Okay. So I know I've been speaking for, you know, a good 15 minutes solid. So I want to open this up to any questions before I jump into the next part of this presentation. So if any of you have any questions, please feel to drop them in the chat below, and I would love to answer any questions that you might have. And if no one has any questions, we can keep going on, but I would love to, you know, provide any information and context to what I've shared so far if you're interested.
Zarak, I
Okay.
have a question.
Yes.
You show a map of consciousness.
Yes.
There is a megahertz on the left side of it.
Mm-hmm.
How did they measure that megahertz?
There's a machine that was invented in the 80s by a gentleman named Dr. Zino, and he created a machine that was originally invented to measure the frequency of essential oils. And once they discovered they could measure essential oils, they then started measuring other items and elements as well.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so you may be wondering, how is it that I can help people to double their income, work and flow? How can I help you to create more balance in your life? And what I want to share with you is what I've created, which is the PATH program. This is a program that I've created after 9 years of my own personal development work, after working with some of the best, brightest minds in the personal development space. And these are the tools and exercises that I have adopted and used to help me build my company. And really, this is what I wish I knew when I was in my, late 30s and 40s, feeling unfulfilled, feeling burnt out, and really just feeling unbalanced in my life. So this is really the course I've created for entrepreneurs and realtors to take their personal life, their health, their romance, their finances, and their career to the next level. All right. So the PATH is a 10-week coaching program. There's over 16 modules in the program that teach you everything that will help you to balance your life, your work, your family, your fun. Overall, it's a holistic program that focuses They'll focus on your mental mindset, your emotional well-being, your physical health, and your spiritual growth. It is a robust program that really takes a 360 approach to life coaching. Okay. We start off with exploring your values to understand what are your 5 core values, because if you don't know what your 5 core values are, how are you supposed to navigate your way through life? You know, our values are really like our guiding lights that help us to move through life, navigating choices in alignment. We look at your belief systems. If you keep repeating patterns, if you keep coming up on blockages in your life, it is because you have some limiting beliefs that are in your subconscious that are holding you back. So we'll explore what are the beliefs, what are the obstacles that are holding you back from really taking your life to that next level. Shadow work. Some of you may be familiar with this term. Shadow work is essentially looking at the parts of you that you've neglected, that you've suppressed, you know, parts of you where often we feel guilt or shame that we haven't been willing to approach because we'd rather not look at it. And often things that are in our shadow are actually unconscious to us. So we look into your belief system and we look at what are you neglecting or what are you avoiding that needs to be taken on so you can release and process whatever there is to, again, let go of those low vibration emotions. Time management. Now, this is something many entrepreneurs and realtors struggle with. They're great at managing their time when it comes to appointments, for work, for business, but when it comes to their personal life, their calendar's all over the place. They don't even know how to manage their time. So they're always running around, running late. And when you're late for a showing, when you're late for a Zoom call, you're disempowering yourself. You know, when I got on this Zoom call, Ashton told me that I'm one of the few speakers that have actually ever been on time for the Zoom. And if I showed up 3 minutes late for the Zoom call, I would immediately disempower myself because you guys would, like, right away, I'd lose credibility with you. So my question is, how are you managing your time? And what is your mismanagement of time potentially costing you? Conscious communication. This one is so important. This provides you with the tools and skills to have deep, meaningful conversations, regardless if they may be considered awkward or uncomfortable. If you're someone that likes to people please, if you're someone that has trouble expressing yourself because you don't want to, you know, make the other person feel awkward or offend them, conscious communication is going to be a game changer because it's going to teach you how to communicate in an empowered way. Energetics, as I mentioned before, everything is energy, vibration, and frequency. And this module will teach you the concept of how to elevate your vibration so you can be in that frequency of attraction and abundance. Mindfulness modalities, meditation, breath work, journaling, mindful movement. This is so important for you to start your day because I know you guys are busy. You live stressful lives. You got a lot on the go. If you're not taking that half hour in the morning, 20 minutes to do some mindfulness practices for yourself, you are just building upon the stress day after day after day until you're ultimately going to burn out. So this module is going to teach you all about how you can practice mindfulness modalities so that you can start the day and end the day in a calm, grounded manner. Habits and patterns is where we're going to identify what habits are you in your life that might be sabotaging your success, what deep-rooted patterns are repeating themselves that are keeping you back from taking your life to the next level. Managing your state, again, this is regulating your nervous system. This is being able to calm yourself when you're stressed, when that deal falls through, and when you're into negotiations with your clients about that, the price of this house. This is when you can bring yourself to a calm, grounded state so you can operate with clarity and confidence. Health optimization. It's one thing to make money and be successful, but you want to live a long, healthy life. And this health optimization module is going to talk about biohacking, going to talk about supplements, going to talk about nutritional support, and the things that entrepreneurs and realtors need to do in order to be in their prime physical state. Because if you're not in your prime physical state, you're going to lack the energy and you're going to lack the ability to really be focused and dialed in on your day-to-day career and operation. So lastly, goal setting and planning. We're going to look at what is it that you want to create this year, over the next 6 months, over the next year. We're going to help you develop a plan by setting some goals and then creating a blueprint, creating a structure for you to achieve these goals with quarterly targets that are going to help you to stay on track, holding you accountable so that you are on track to achieving your goals for 2024. Now, the PATH program includes weekly group accountability calls, weekly group Q&A calls for live coaching and support, bi-weekly one-on-one calls with myself, bi-weekly workshops with guest facilitators. Now, you also have access to the PATH coaching content for 6 months. There'll be weekly lessons, videos, and tutorials in the program, and then what's up support in between the program as well. The program kicked off a week ago. We currently have 15 people in it, and this program is ongoing, so you can join the PATH program at any time. So there's also a private Facebook group to connect with other like-minded entrepreneurs and realtors, invitations to the live events that I do in Toronto. You get downloadable worksheets and guides, as I said, goal-setting framework, live breathwork sessions, guided meditations, and then curated playlists. These are all part of the program that's included in the PATH. And what you can expect from the PATH, from this program, is operating from a place of attraction and flow, really not having to, grind and hustle the way you might be currently doing the chasing. It's more so about being able to attract and working more in a state of flow and abundance, clarity and confidence, really being able to get dialed in your values, really living in alignment, choosing with confidence what is serving you the best at your highest. And then the high vibes and manifesting magic happens when you are cleaning up your mess, when you're living in integrity, when you are in the vibration of joy, gratitude, peace, non-attachment. That's when the synchronicities and the extraordinary outcomes start to flow into your life. Okay, so these are some of the things that you would expect from the PATH. Now, I've helped clients achieve a number of results. I've helped clients lose 25 pounds and double his business in 6 months. I've helped clients have deeper connections with their partners, healing past trauma with their family. And one of my clients, you may be familiar with them, Spark Financial. I've coached the CEO, Nick Regina, the president, Michael Securo. I've coached the entire Spark Financial team. And in 2023, they saw a 200x growth in their company revenue. So there is some real tangible proof to what happens when people go through this program. And I have lots more examples to share with you, but because we have limited time, I'm going to keep it short and just open it up to ask, do any of you have any questions about the PATH program and what I've shared?
Let me maybe I ask the first question is what is the remedy or solution for procrastination? I've seen that for the last 20 years working with other agents. I see that in myself sometimes. I see that in other agents. Is there any solution, any exercise, anything we can do?
Sure. So procrastination happens for a few reasons. One, either what it is that you want to do doesn't really inspire you because it's not actually aligned with your values. You actually don't want to do it. It's not something that is actually motivating for you, but you may be feeling forced to do it because it's part of your, call it your responsibilities. It's part of what you think you should be doing. However, if you're able to delegate or have someone else take care of that task, that, like, if it's in your company, let's say, is there someone else who'd be better suited to do that task? And maybe you're a solopreneur, maybe you don't have the option to delegate and it is on you. So then what's helpful to understand is, what is your why behind doing it? Like, even though you may not want to do the task, even though it may not be something that's exciting for you, what is the impact of you completing that task? If you completing that task has an impact, a positive impact on you and your loved ones, and that is going to change things in your life, it is going to improve your life in a profound way. Can you get connected to the end result and get excited about who you get to be and what life will be like once you achieve that thing? Because even though it may not be exciting or inspiring to take on that task, the reward, the result of what you get to achieve on the other side of it is what actually gives you the motivation to move through it. Now, also, sometimes people procrastinate because they're just not disciplined, because they don't know how to manage their time. And this is when you need to reflect and ask yourself, well, if I'm procrastinating and I'm not willing to take this on, what is this actually costing me? What am I losing in the long run if I don't take this on now? And do I consciously choose to take on this task and set a deadline to get it done now because this impacts my higher goal? Because sometimes we procrastinate on the small things thinking it doesn't make a big deal, but all these little small things that we're skipping over have a massive impact on our life. So being able to get clear on your values, understanding what it is that you're creating and what it is that's aligned for you, being able to manage your time, knowing how to schedule things in so that you're giving tasks the time and energy that they need, and being able to prioritize. Prioritizing your tasks is very important. That's part of the time management module, because every day you guys got 10 to 20 things to do. Can you prioritize your tasks in a way that allow you to really take things on that allow you to move forward with your goals on a day-to-day? And when it comes to procrastination, when you have your tasks prioritized and you know this is what needs to get done in order for you to move forward, you change the context as to why you want to actually take on the task. So it's really about having the self-awareness to understand what is the desired outcome, what does life look like on the other side of me achieving this task, and then what is the belief I have about it? Why am I avoiding it? What is it about it that I actually am resistant to? Because when you understand your belief as to what's holding you back and you can work through that, it also helps to move past the procrastination. So it's all about getting to your bigger why and understanding the importance of it.
That's amazing. Thank you very much. Just unmute yourself if you have any question. This is your opportunity. And Zarak, at the same time, if you have any phone number, any email, any way these agents can contact you, feel free to put it on the screen or put it on the chat.
Sure. Yeah. So as I mentioned at the beginning, what I'd like to offer you all is this is a free exercise for you to complete to check out what is the balance in your life looks like. As I mentioned before, we don't look at our life from a holistic standpoint. As Ashton mentioned, he takes Fridays to look at his life and how things are going. This link, you can click it, save it. This is a complimentary offer for you to complete the Wheel of Life exercise. This is going to help you to understand what does the balance in your life currently look like, and how do you feel about the balance in your life? Because if there are parts of your life where you're feeling guilt, shame, anger, frustration, I'm telling you, that is what is sabotaging your success. That is what is lowering your vibration, and that is what's going to keep you playing small. That is what's going to hold you back from making the money, from being as successful as you want in 2024. So take this offer, complete it. It's free and there's no obligation. I promise you it'll be insightful for you. You will see your life in a different way. And from there, you will have the self-awareness to make conscious choices to clean up your mess so you can operate in full integrity, so you can be in those higher vibrations. Okay. So if you'd like to contact me, if you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is just my name, Zarak Fatah. You take a screenshot here. This is my cell phone. This is my email. And, I know I rushed through this quite a bit. There's so much more information I have to share with you about the whole concept of energy, vibration, and frequency. As Nikola Tesla said, it is really the secret of the universe. And when you come to understand that, life becomes so much easier because you realize you are the creator of your life and everything comes down to energy, vibration, and frequency. This is a work that we dive into in the Path program. If you want to know more, please reach out to me, complete the Wheel of Life exercise, send me an email, send me a text message, and I'd love to tell you more about it. As I mentioned, I have helped many realtors and entrepreneurs double their income in 6 months, lose weight, get married, have kids, travel the world. I've really had some profound results with a lot of my clients, and I'd love to help you achieve the same. So thank you, Ashton, for inviting me on to share. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I hope you got some value from this. I hope you complete the Wheel of Life offer, and it helps you to make 2024 an amazing year. So just want to say thanks for your time, and I appreciate the opportunity, Ashton.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Zarak, for this amazing presentation. I think we'll all learn a lot of things here. Everybody, don't forget on Monday morning at 9 o'clock is role play. All of you welcome to join. It's free, as I said. It's just adding value to your skills and your career. Also, next Thursday, don't forget, we're talking about lead generation. I think we all need to have lead generation to bring new deals into our system here. And if you have any question regarding Zarak or anything I can help you with, you always have my phone number. I'm going to leave this link with Zarak Fatah's information into WhatsApp door knocking group that we all have. If you're not part of the group, just ask and you're going to get connected. And otherwise, I would see you next week. All the best.